Lakers news. 3 players who could immediately strengthen the Lakers. With NBA training camp approaching, free agency is nearly over, leaving few quality options to strengthen rosters for the upcoming season. Now, any significant additions to teams will likely come from the trade market. Although all 30 teams in the league have almost finalized their rosters, many still need adjustments to become more competitive. The Lakers are certainly one of those teams that could benefit from new talent. With this in mind, Bleacher Report has compiled a list of 3 players who would be excellent trade acquisitions for each NBA team before the season starts in October. Let's take a look. Kyrie Irving, Dallas Mavericks. LeBron James has praised his former teammate in recent years. If there is any sign of dissatisfaction from Irving in Dallas, the Lakers should seriously consider a trade, especially since Irving will become an unrestricted free agent in 2025. A lineup with Irving, James, and Anthony Davis would be formidable and could bring a glorious ending to the partnership that began with the Cleveland Cavaliers. LaMelo Ball, Charlotte Hornets. If the Hornets seem destined for another tough season and want to increase their chances in the next draft, trading Ball could be a strategy to intensify their tanking efforts. With Ball, Showtime would officially return to Los Angeles. He is one of the most skilled passers in the NBA and also an excellent scorer, 23.9 points per game last season, which would help ease the offensive burden on James. Darius Garland, Cleveland Cavaliers. Garland, like James and Davis, is represented by Clutch Sports and would bring stability to the point guard position for the Lakers. The 24-year-old is a talented passer who would benefit from the open three-point shooting opportunities created by James' ball-handling presence. The Los Angeles Lakers have been trying to upgrade their roster throughout the offseason, but so far, they haven't had much success. They have been linked to various players across the NBA as they look for moves that could bring them closer to competing for another title. Adler Olmo, from Heavy, suggested a trade proposal that could bring forward Kyle Kuzma back to the team. In addition to Kuzma, the team would also receive forward Corey Kispert. For this trade to happen, the Lakers would send guard D'Angelo Russell, forward Jared Vanderbilt, guard Jalen Hood-Schifino, and a top 5 protected 2031 first-round pick. At first glance, this proposal seems like one the Lakers should accept immediately if it were available. Kuzma could help turn the Lakers into a strong title contender next season, and the addition of Kispert would be a significant bonus. The departure of Russell, whose contract is nearing its end, has been part of the Lakers' plans since he opted to stay, but so far, they haven't found a team willing to take him on. Vanderbilt has shown promise, but injury issues and offensive inconsistencies have hampered his playing time. Hood-Schifino was a disappointment in his rookie season, but he still has time to develop. Washington could give him an opportunity while the Lakers unload one of the most controversial first-round picks of the 2023 draft. Finally, trading the 2031 first-round pick would be tough, but the protection on that pick makes the deal more feasible for Los Angeles. The Lakers are playing for the present, but keeping protection on traded picks is always a smart move. Kuzma has been the subject of rumors involving the Lakers throughout the offseason, so there's a real possibility. He has developed significantly during his time in Washington and could bring a considerable impact to the team. Last season, Kuzma averaged 22.2 points, 6.6 rebounds, and 4.2 assists per game. While his role with the Lakers would be different, he already has experience playing alongside LeBron James and Anthony Davis. It might take some time for Kuzma to fully adjust, but his return to Los Angeles would be well received by the fans. Additionally, Kispert could also contribute. He averaged 13.4 points, 2.8 rebounds, and 1.9 assists per game, with a 38.3% shooting percentage from three-point range, which would help the Lakers improve in that area. A trade like this could give the Lakers a boost, but it remains to be seen if Los Angeles can convince the Wizards to agree to such a deal. There is still time before training camp starts for the Lakers to make some additions. Otherwise, the playoffs might bring more of the same. Bronny James' entry into the NBA as a teenager inspires another promising second-generation star. Few teenagers can claim to be professional athletes, but Los Angeles Lakers guard Bronny James is among the rare ones who have reached this milestone. James was selected by the Lakers as the 55th overall pick in the second round of the 2024 NBA Draft. Some say that Bronny's relationship with his father, four-time NBA champion LeBron James, played a role in the young player's early selection. During his lone season at USC, Bronny did not meet the high expectations the basketball community had for him. Nevertheless, young James is already beginning to inspire the next generation, following in his father's footsteps. Kean Anthony, the eldest son of 10-time All-Star Carmelo Anthony, found motivation in seeing Bronny get drafted this season. Bronny's achievement reinforced Kean's belief that he, too, could be selected for the NBA. "It just shows that anyone can make it. I'm next, and I know I can. I'm very happy for him, and congratulations for sure," Anthony told Brandon "Scoop B" Robinson. Though Anthony's comment seemed genuine, there was speculation that it might have been a subtle dig at Bronny's selection. Many people on social media suggested that Anthony was implying that anyone could make it to the NBA, regardless of talent, if they had a father like LeBron James. However, Robinson quickly cleared the air. "I see a lot of people turning his quote into a story, as if he was throwing shade at Bronny, but that's not the case," Robinson stated in a follow-up post. Anthony, a four-star recruit from the class of 2025, is well acquainted with the James duo. Their fathers faced off both in high school and in the NBA. More than 2 decades after their father's high school showdown, young Anthony and James competed against each other in 2022 for their respective school teams. Currently, Anthony has received 21 offers from college programs, including Bronny's former program, USC. In October, he visited 2 schools, Syracuse and Florida State. Syracuse is his father's alma mater, where he led the team to its first national championship in the 2002-2003 season. Kean Anthony may follow in his father's and Bronny's footsteps, playing college basketball for a season before entering the NBA draft. However, his father has advised him not to rush through college to reach the NBA. With at least one more year of high school basketball ahead, it's likely that the James-Anthony matchup will continue in the coming years. The Los Angeles Lakers, one of the most iconic franchises in the NBA, has always been a preferred destination for basketball superstars. However, with LeBron James nearing the end of his career, questions arise about how this might affect the team's ability to attract top-tier talent. This off-season, the Lakers didn't make any significant moves to strengthen their roster, making the situation even more uncertain. Klay Thompson didn't even meet with the team, and DeMar DeRozan, who once dreamed of playing in Los Angeles, ended up choosing Sacramento instead. Since LeBron's arrival in 2018, the Lakers have experienced a significant rise, culminating in winning the NBA championship in 2020. LeBron's presence not only elevated the team's performance on the court, but also brought even more prestige to the franchise. However, at 39 years old and about to begin his 22nd season, LeBron's retirement seems inevitable. What players consider when choosing the Lakers? When deciding on their next destination, players consider several factors: the chance to win a title, the competitiveness of the roster, and the quality of the environment. Although LeBron is still playing at a high level, his impending retirement raises uncertainties about the Lakers' future. The departure of such an influential figure could leave a gap that's hard to fill. This uncertainty might lead players to rethink whether the Lakers will remain a strong title contender after LeBron's departure. While some may see this as an opportunity to lead the next era of the team, others might prefer a more stable environment where the transition is already underway. The Lakers' strategy for the future. The Lakers' front office faces a complex dilemma. On one hand, Rob Pelinka and his team want to maximize LeBron's remaining years by bringing in more talent to pursue another title. On the other hand, it's crucial to plan for the post-LeBron future, which may require a different approach in roster building. Balancing the pursuit of veterans who can contribute immediately with the development of promising young players is a challenging task. The uncertainty surrounding LeBron's retirement only complicates decisions further, as a wrong move could compromise both the present and future of the team. Is the Lakers' brand still attractive? Despite these concerns, the Lakers still possess a major asset: their brand. Playing in Los Angeles for a franchise with such a rich history and a passionate fan base remains a huge draw. However, LeBron's departure will put this strength to the test, especially if the team fails to maintain its competitiveness in the coming years. What happens in the next few years will determine whether the Lakers remain a dream destination for NBA superstars or if they will struggle to attract new talent without the presence of a star like LeBron. If the San Antonio Spurs struggle to win, former player Robert Horry wouldn't be surprised if Victor Wembanyama was linked to the Lakers in the future. San Antonio. Could the bright lights of Los Angeles attract San Antonio Spurs' Victor Wembanyama if the Lakers were to pursue him in the future? Maybe, suggests former Spur Robert Horry. On his show, the Big Shot Bob podcast, he and his guests discussed how high-profile NBA players often become associated with the Lakers at some point in their careers. When the topic of Wembanyama came up, they pointed to examples like Luka Doncic and Giannis Antetokounmpo, who were once linked to the Lakers, and believe this could also happen with Wembanyama. Horry predicted that a similar scenario might unfold with Wembanyama and the Spurs, especially if San Antonio faces difficulties. You always hear that any new star, no matter who they are, is going to be linked to the Lakers. Like you said, we talked about it with Giannis a few years ago. Now it's Luka's turn. At some point, it will be Wemby, Horry said. Give it 2 or 3 years, especially if the Spurs aren't doing well or if Wemby isn't happy, you'll see his name connected to the Lakers. Everyone betting on Wemby. This scenario is still premature, considering the Spurs are in the midst of a rebuild and Wembanyama is just beginning to develop. It's worth noting that the Spurs are well positioned to make significant roster moves with an abundance of first and second round draft picks, tradable players, and financial flexibility. This could make San Antonio a formidable team soon. The Spurs have brought in veteran help for this season, Chris Paul and Harrison Barnes, and drafted guard Stephon Castle. Wembanyama is also entering his second year stronger physically and will be even more of a focus as the franchise builds around him. Yes, the Lakers have acquired major talents like Shaquille O'Neal from Orlando, Anthony Davis from New Orleans, Pau Gasol from Memphis, and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar from Milwaukee. But Wembanyama has clearly expressed how much he wants to be a Spur and was emotional when San Antonio selected him as the first overall pick in the 2023 NBA Draft. He also understands that the Spurs are in a rebuilding process and is patient. Sometimes it takes many years for teams to get back to being competitive, Wembanyama said last season. I have no doubt.